factoring when your a equals 1 is a really easy process for most people. In my classroom, I call it factoring by double bubble. Some people use what's called X factoring. Other people have different names for it, but I use what's called the double bubble method. And again, it only works when your a value is 1, so when it's just an x squared up here. So the first thing that you do is you think about x squared and what multiplies to make x squared. That would be x times x. This first sign here, I call that the fall down sign. It goes in your first parenthesis. Now, for your second parenthesis, you have to think about your c value. So here, to get a positive 15, I need either a positive times a positive or a negative times a negative within my parentheses. Since I already have a plus in there, I know I need another positive. Now, the other part that we need is we need to figure out what numbers go in those parentheses. So, depending on your teacher, they'll make you make a t table or they'll make you make an x chart. Those are pretty much the same thing. Okay? So you're looking for what multiplies to make 15. Oh, that's not writing the word multiplies. I'll put a times in there. Okay, so you're looking for what will multiply to make 15. And then I use my choice sign to determine if I'm adding or subtracting here. So this sign is called my choice sign. It chooses my parentheses and it chooses whether I add or subtract here. So I'm looking for what multiplies to make 15 that adds to make 8. So you can go through, you could generate a factor list, just dividing at random. So 15 divided by 1 is 15, but that adds to 16. 15 is not divisible by 2. 15 divisible by 3, that's 3 times 5, and that adds to make 8. Now with my method of doing this, you always have to put the bigger value between the two where your fall down sign was. So I put the 5 first and the 3 second here. So I'm going to do another example here, just with a sign change. Okay, so again, you do your double bubble. I have an x squared, so I know I need an x and an x. My fall down sign is a plus. And then to get a negative 20, I have to have a positive times a negative. So this second sign has to be a minus. So when I make my t-table, I still am looking for what multiplies to make 20. But because my choice sign is a minus, I'm subtracting to make that 8. But I do the same thing. So 20 divided by 1. But when I subtract, I get 19, 20 and 1. 20 is divisible by 2. So 10 minus 2 is 8. So that'll be my number pair. And it's important that the 10, which is the bigger number, goes with the fall down sign. And then the 2 follows up. Now, depending on what your teacher taught you, you might have seen some other things, okay? So your procedure, when you go to write out your procedure, might be different than my own, and that's totally great.